Cult Lords fans, here to do another trailer reaction. We are the Cult Lords. And Dane, the trailer that we will be checking out today is Napoleon.
Napoleon?
Napoleon? Napoleon.
With JOAQUIN, a phoenix. Napoleon.
Yeah.
The biggest.
Yeah.
You know what that reference is to?
No. Oh, Biggest Dickus?
Biggest Dickus?
Okay, yeah.
From Monty Python?
Yeah. All right, well, first of all, Joaquin Phoenix, great actor, the Joker.
Oh my God! You know how bad my son, how all these like middle schoolers wanted to see that movie because it was the Joker like in real life. I mean, it was like my son does not beg for things, but him seeing him, he played him so well, and all the trailers were so cool looking. It was like dying, and we're like, we need to watch this first.
And so, did you guys?
Yeah, we all watched it together. No, we didn't take him.
Did he enjoy that portrayal of the Joker?
Yes, he did.
Oh.
I thought he, which is the beauty of this guy as an actor. I mean, he portrayed adult humor to like much younger age groups.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm not worried about that. He wanted to see the Joker.
There was a lot of kids that wanted to see the Joker.
All right.
The big
well, you know what? They put on, when we went to see the Joker, they put on the door, like, handmade signs. This is not for kids.
Yeah.
Because a lot of parents were thinking, oh, it can be like Batman.
Well, and yeah, I mean, to your point, if he was like 8, no.
Yeah.
He was like 14.
Yeah.
I mean,
But like, they put that on, these handmade signs on the door of AMC. The Joker is not made for kids because I bet you so many parents thought, oh, this is gonna be like,
I know,
like the Batman,
like Deadpool.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna go watch.
Kids want to see that, and they drop the F-bomb like constantly.
Well, it's like about suicide and like depression and all this stuff, and they're like, he's bathing his mom. They're like. Yeah, we got to get Junior out of here.
Yeah.
So
next time I better review the movie.
Yeah, like a good parent does. All right, well, we've talked about the acting of Joaquin Phoenix. We know he's got the chops. Let's see if he can pull this off. You know who directs this, Dane?
No.
Ridley Scott.
Actually, I did know that after you said it.
Yeah.
No. Right.
Actually, I did know this.
As soon as you said it, I was like, oh, dang it. I did know who that was.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So
this picture threw me because it didn't look Ridley Scottish. But hopefully the millenniums get into this.
Oh, he loves the millenniums. All right.
We all love the millenniums.
So if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit subscribe. We put out a movie review every Monday and then trailer reactions every day. And then we also do music. We have an interview coming up soon. Do all kinds of stuff. We have series reviews, unboxings, all kinds of stuff. Comic book stuff. You get it all just by hitting subscribe, and then we show up in your feed. And then that way you can...
Every morning when you're having your constitutional review of your newspaper.
Did you look that up?
Lords on.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you look that up? Because I said it's constitutional, not constitution.
Your morning? No, I just worked better in the way I was phrasing.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's see what Napoleon.
Let's do this, because I love this guy. I've read some. Now! Oh, it's an actor.
No doubt you've seen the chaos in the streets. We must make an example, or France will follow. What would you do if this assignment of defense was transferred to you?
I promise you brilliant successes.
So we have to know what Ridley Scott directed.
Notice he didn't put the final.
What is this costume you have on?
This is my uniform.
That's Vanessa Kirby.
I led the French victory at Toulon.
What is your name?
Napoleon.
As the course of my life just changed. Napoleon.
That is always a thought, a really cool picture.
I'm destined for
That pisses
greatness.
me off.
But those in power will only see me as a sword.
Trying to bring it.
I suggest you take the throne as a king.
Holding on.
Shall we vote?
The crown himself.
This vermin has held the world hostage with his egotism and his lack of simple good manners.
You think you're great? You are just a tiny little brute that is nothing without me.
All of Europe is uniting forces against me.
What's the outcome of this if you don't succeed?
Your Majesty, we are discovered. Good. I'm the first to admit when I make a mistake. I simply never do.
Cool.
Oh, good.
Ooh, Thanksgiving is coming out, huh?
Yeah.
That guy is amazing. I mean, the thing about Napoleon is that he was one of these guys that really thought through, like, almost like a future. You almost could think that guy came from the future because he thought through so many different things. He was the one who came up with, like a lot of the military tactics that hadn't been developed yet, especially with the cannons and everything. And then he was clever in a lot of the things he did. And then he also was one of those, like, at that time was kind of a rare thing where he, as an officer, would jump in and fight with all his men. So they were super loyal to this guy because he was actually in there. Where most of the time they were in the back, like, get your ass in there. And he was like, nope, I'm jumping in with you.
And I heard it's a myth that he's like really short. Because they said he was like maybe 5'6", which is average size.
At that time, definitely.
Yeah, and especially at that time. But it's a myth that he was like 5'2" or 5'3" or something.
Was it maybe like his enemies?
I don't know.
Because there was so many, the rest of Europe, because he obviously was dominating everybody, especially from his strategy standpoint, the rest of Europe was constantly making up cartoon characters of him, and it was always like the small little guy that was in there.
It was probably that.
Over,
it was probably that just to make him mad.
Right, just to make him
I tell you
mad.
what made me mad was watching him cannonball the pyramids as somebody who is a amateur Egyptologist and lover of all Egypt stuff like history.
Yeah.
Somebody who has gone to Egypt and gone in those pyramids and seen the Sphinx and all that, to see a cannon being shot at the Sphinx or the pyramids. I mean, I'm just horrified by that. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to have to research to the extent of what damage did he do in Egypt. But.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that whole thing, he kicked off the whole Egyptology craze where everyone wanted to have, the fashion became all of a sudden everything Egypt. So people were, of course, stealing sculpture, stealing anything you can get your hands on. That was their estate was peppered with this stuff all over the place.
Right.
And that is one thing, to your point, that I'm sure the Egyptian government goes to France and says, I'm sorry, that's totally ours.
Oh,
I mean,
so
that's ours. This is ours.
I think it's in the Louvre right now.
Yeah, right.
But the bust of Nefertiti is in the Louvre, and the Egyptian government is like, we want that back. And you know what? They're like, we want it here where it's stable and everybody gets to see it. We give it back to Egypt. You have a revolution. The first thing they do is they go and they pillage the museums.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, unfortunately, that is true.
That is true. Some of the greatest statues in Iraq, like of the Hittites and the Babylonians, were destroyed, not by the American government, not by the military of Iraq, but by the looters that went in and tried to go in. So
yeah, I mean, most of Egyptian antiquities, right, was all destroyed by looters.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they even make a reference to it in Raiders of the Lost Ark at the very beginning when he's giving his professorship and explaining things like, these have all been looted, except there was one thing that they didn't find, and that's where we found this particular thing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, that is the problem, is that you got gold sitting around buried somewhere,
people are going to go look for it.
people without money are going to go look for it. So anyways, but this, it looks like they're doing a great job.
Epic.
It's epic.
This looks like it's going to be an epic
This is
movie.
definitely a Dolby Atmos.
Oh, I want
That
to see
cannon
this.
fire, man, you're gonna basically have to go
Feel
change your
it
pants
in
after
the rumble seats. We went and just saw Mission Impossible last week, and the theater we go to has the full Dolby Atmos experience. Very few theaters. There's only like 5 in Illinois that have the full Dolby Atmos, and it's got the rumble seats. So when
It was like the train.
the train
scene.
was going through, and it's like you could just
Right,
feel
the
it
whole
shaking
your
you.
chair was like, wow, I feel like I'm on the train. The way this is moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go see this in that Dolby Atmos theater.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fascinating guy, and I've always loved reading anything. I've read his, like a biography of him and all this other stuff, and it's just amazing what this guy was able to pull off. But
Yeah.
he was right kind of on the cusp of the industrial evolution, which obviously was after him. But I mean, he really came up with like all these like strategies, and that was the reference in here where he was basically like, I'm going to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
We don't need to have this separation of women and men.
Yeah.
This scallywag.
Well,
So-
I tell you what. I mean, we're both gonna go see it.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go see it, Cult Lords viewers? Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet. And then tell us in the comments if you're excited to go see Napoleon. I just like saying that.
Napoleon.
Yeah. So, all right, Dane. What do you want to do to get us out of here?
I don't know, but everyone, peace out.